Okay, what we have here is a nice little pistol, and as you can see by the box or the lettering on the box, it is a Bersa. I purchased this back in 2007, April of 2007, with the intention of this being my concealed carry weapon. Of course, at the time I did not have a permit, but that was in the works. So, not to be caught flat-footed again, as I was back in the mid-90s when you had the Brady Bill and all that kind of good stuff going on, I decided to go ahead and make my purchase. And here it is. And as you can see, it is the hammer is back on there. That's because this is one of the rare occasions where I redid my video. So many things were going wrong that I just had to redo it. And let's open that up. Let's drop the magazine. Show you that this guy is empty. Alright, so this is the dual tone colored one, and it has the stainless steel frame and the blue slide, and this is the Bersa Thunder 380. I don't know whether or not you can see the lettering on there, and there you go, focused. And as I said, this is the first 380 pistol that I purchased, and with the intention of it being my concealed carry weapon. However, after I got it and carried it for about 3 months, I decided that it might be a little too beefy for me. I was going into the summer months at that time, and I came across another pistol that was a real hot seller at that time, and that was the KelTec P3AT. Now, I do not have that available, but standing in for it is the one that supplanted the KelTec as my carry weapon quite a few years later, and this is the Taurus TCP PT-145. And just for a size comparison, there you are. So the subcompacts such as the KelTec and the Taurus, much more manageable in terms of carrying without printing, particularly in the summer months when you might be walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, and being somewhat active also. I don't know about a lot of the gun carriers out there, but I lead a pretty active lifestyle, and even the additional size of this, while it may not be significantly larger, was definitely a factor in going to the smaller, lighter pistol. You know, this actually has a higher capacity. I believe this is 7+1 and this is 6+1. You're not really giving up that much, and the main reason why I think I had mentioned before, why I switched from the KelTec to the Taurus, was the lockback feature on the final round. Okay, and let's just push that off to the side and bring our focus back to this. The one thing that I wasn't really pleased about when I purchased this is that the manufacturer Bersa, they just supply one lousy magazine with this. And if you actually purchase an aftermarket magazine, or go to another supplier, or even go to Bersa to purchase a magazine for this, you're paying in excess of $20 for this. The last time I checked, it was probably like $25 or $26 for a spare magazine for that. I would imagine that helped keep the costs down a little bit, but I just think that it's kind of cheesy for a company not to offer two magazines for their pistol. I think Taurus has gotten into that deal too, so I'm not too pleased about that either. But just to show you something else, I bought out my CZ82 just for a brief size and just a brief size comparison. And you can see that style-wise, they are very similar in appearance. Minor differences, of course. And I'm sure that this was based on the Walther PP or PPK, as was the Bersa Thunder 380. You can see that the I don't know if that's going to show up very well, but the CZ82 is a hair longer, not much. I would say probably maybe about a ½ inch tops, and it is definitely wider, but once again, not significantly. So I'm just going to take 1 second to break out the scale and show the different weights between the CZ82, the Thunder 380, and the Taurus PT-145. 1 second. Alrighty, back in the flash, right? Okay, so let's turn this trusty old scale on. And first up, all empty, is the Taurus. And that weighs in at a hefty 2.4 pounds. Okay, now the Bersa Thunder 380. Once again, empty, with the magazine in. Weighs in at a svelte 1 pound 4 ounces. Okay, and the CZ82, empty with magazine in place, comes in at a paltry 1 pound 12 ounces. So as you can see, this Taurus is definitely lighter than the other ones. I find it to be just as reliable as the Bersa Thunder 380. And technically, I guess all three are pretty similar in power. My understanding is that the Makarov round is considerably weaker than the 9mm Parabellum. So, if you look on Wikipedia and just look up the 9mm Makarov round, you'll see that they describe it as inferior to the Parabellum and on par with, perhaps a little more powerful than the 380, but definitely weaker than the 9mm Parabellum. But in any case, I just wanted to showcase my Bersa Thunder 380 primarily, and just wanted to add in the other ones just to show the size and weight differences between them. Alright, thanks for watching. Comments are welcome. P.S. I would definitely recommend getting one of these if you really want to carry weapon and don't mind the additional weight compared to the Taurus and the KelTecs. For me, it just wasn't appropriate for, like I said, my lifestyle and whatnot, but it's definitely not a knock on this guy. It's accurate, it's easy to shoot, and definitely 2 thumbs up on it if you want to put up with the extra couple ounces for it. Thanks. Bye bye. And this is the Bersa Thunder 7. Thunder 7, I'm not going to take this out. Thunder 7 is actually an album by Triumph from 1985. What I mean is, and I purchased this back in as usual, the moment I sit down to make a YouTube video, the phone starts ringing. So now that I've got that taken care of, let's recap. This is the Bersa, well, I can't even speak to that. Bersa Thunder 380. I'm having all kinds of difficulty now. Okay, here it is. It even says so right there on the frame, on the slide. Thunder 380.